My name is Richard Amoroso. I play the violin and I am a member of the Philadelphia Orchestra.
My name is Richard Amoroso, Sr., and I play the cello.
I'm from Philadelphia, so it's kind of a pretty cool thing that I'm in the Philadelphia Orchestra. Even our name is Philly. You know, you see, if you look in the outfield, it's Amoroso. We're not related to the Amoroso Bread Company, but our name is Amoroso, and everybody knows that name in Philadelphia. So even though we're not related, it's still very Philly. I grew up very much of a Philadelphian. Was a humongous Philadelphia sports fan, still watched the Eagles and Phillies, going to ball games with my dad.
My son and I were interested in going to a Phillies game or an Eagles game and being able to play the Star Spangled Banner. And of course, then we would have box seats or something to listen to the game, watch the game.
And I remember just driving to the car, I said, I have an idea. I said, if there's ever a way you could do a mashup with Rocky and the Star Spangled Banner.
I said, well, maybe I can combine the two.
If there's a way you could do it, go for it. What was so tricky about it is that Rocky is in minor.
The other one's in a major key. One's in 3/4 time.
One's duple meter. It's a very hard two pieces to mash up.
My son said, no, it's impossible. That's not going to happen. Impossible. So I said, that's what I need you to say, because when he said it was impossible, I was determined to make it work.
But lo and behold, if anybody could do it, it's my dad. And he did an amazing job, I have to say. And when we first played it, I was like, I don't know, this is kind of weird, but it's kind of amazing too.
This almost makes sense.
My dad uses sort of the rock aspect of Rocky and also sort of the pageantry of the Star Spangled Banner, and it's pretty cool of a mashup. It's a tribute to him in terms of what he's able to do and what it's done for us as a father and son duo. Just ties everything together in terms of who we are, and that's what makes it so cool.
My son is Rocky. I'm the coach, for sure. The story, I can identify very much with that. The story revolves around the fighter who comes from nowhere, from humble beginnings.
Not having gone to Curtis or Juilliard or any major music school or conservatory, I definitely was an underdog. And I knew that. I didn't realize how much at the time. I had no idea.
To play an instrument well and use it professionally is one of the most challenging things, I think, in the world. You have to have the confidence, you have to have the talent, you have to have the perseverance.
For whatever reason, I had this sort of naive kind of confidence that, and not even thinking of myself as an underdog. I just did what I always did, and I said, I'm just gonna, practice hard, and that's kind of my story. Once I got out of college, we went out to eat one night. I remember exactly where we were. I'm like, Dad, do you think it's too late? I said, I'm like 23 years old. And he's like, oh no. He's like, Richie, no way. Like, go for it. Like, you should not even remotely give up yet. And I'm like, all right. And so I have to say that vote of confidence was huge. And I'll never forget that. He thinks I can do this. And it's, kind of makes me almost emotional because that's always been my dad. He would kick me in the butt to kind of practice and do it. But his belief in me was always so strong. And that level of confidence that he gave me, that was just I think I'll never, it's who I am. And he really was, he always believed in me more than I did, I would say that.
I don't think Richie will say this because he's very humble and very modest. But I'm not sure there are many people who would understand how hard it is to get into a major symphony orchestra, let alone the Philadelphia Orchestra, which I consider to be one of the greatest orchestras ever. And when I go and I see him playing, I just fill up with pride, of course. Nothing in the world could ever compete with the feeling that I have when I see him playing in the orchestra.
I'm my dad's son, and we've been together and we played together my whole life, and I couldn't be more grateful for that because this is something we've done as long as I can remember. And doing this video together I'm just so happy about that because our relationship and what we've accomplished and sort of my story, our story, I think it's all there. And I think that in and of itself is really a success.